last soundbite, we went over how the diminished seventh chord takes the 12 notes of the chromatic scale and jumps up them 3 notes at a time. Now let's look at its strange sister, the Augmented Triad. Again, we'll start by looking at this chord in its natural habitat. Augmented triads occur naturally at the 3rd degree when we harmonize the harmonic minor scale. Not so difficult to spot the chord synonyms here. But let's stick to the system and name each note in these 3 chords. And then, taking account of the enharmonic equivalents, we can clearly see that the same 3 notes are used in each of these 3 augmented triads. And plotting the notes against the chromatic scale, we can see that whereas the diminished 7th chord divided the 12 notes of the chromatic scale into 4 notes, each 3 semitones apart, the augmented triad divides the scale into 3 notes, each 4 semitones apart. So now perhaps you can see why we call them sister chords. So we can create an augmented triad by starting on any note and simply adding notes a major third above. So in effect, this gives us 3 viable movable shapes, depending on which string we start on. So starting here, we simply get 4 notes in a row. But if we start on the 5th string, we have to remember to adjust for the 2nd string tuning anomaly, so we get this shape. And if we start on the 4th string, again, we have to adjust that finger on the 2nd string there, so we get this shape. As for what this chord is good for, look out for its use particularly in intros, where it's a great chord for setting up a very strong sense of suspense. Chuck Berry's intro to the song No Particular Place to Go is perhaps the best known example of this. Riding along in my automobile, my baby beside me at the wheel. The Beatles made a similar use of it at the start of the song Oh Darling, using an E augmented triad. Oh darling, please believe me, I'll never do you no harm. The extra suspense that this chord achieves makes its use popular in slow blues intros as well. For example, the intro to the Allman Brothers version of They Call It Stormy Monday. Or Freddie King's Same Old Blues. I'll make a printout showing the chord sequences for those examples, which you'll be able to access from a link beneath the screen. In film music, An arpeggiated augmented triad is often used in a similar way to the diminished seventh triad to build slow suspense. Here's the diminished seventh. And if we use an augmented triad, we get a sort of similar effects. But then the augmented triad has a very specific use to signify sudden surprise. I sometimes call it the meerkat chord. So, quite a fun chord to play around with and learn to use. And remember that because of its symmetry, any one of its notes can be considered its root note. In the next soundbite, we'll continue this little excursion around the exotic backwaters of chord theory and take a look at slash chords. If you found this little lesson interesting, please click on the like button if there is one, or leave a comment. And do feel free to share the video with your friends. And if you'd like to gain full access to all our guitar teaching materials, please visit the Secret Guitar Teacher site and take a free look round at what's available there. See you again soon.